I'm Stacy.
Nice to meet you, Stacy.
Sean.
Sean, nice to meet you. So what brings you in today?
I been referred through my EPA program at work. I've been experiencing some anxiety and seizures. I've actually been diagnosed. I was diagnosed in May.
Okay.
And so my employer thought it would be a good idea to talk to someone and go further from there.
Stacy, where do you work?
I work for the Department of Disability Services. I'm a case manager there.
Okay. Do you like your job?
I do. I love my job. I love what I do. I love helping people, and I take it really seriously, and I'm a perfectionist. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's the diagnosis been impacting you?
Negatively.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself very concerned that I'm going to lose my job because when I have a seizure, the next moment or the next day I find myself really tired, unable to focus, moving a lot slower than I should be. So.
And she actually had a seizure at work.
Okay. When was this?
2 days ago.
Okay.
And the boss sent me home.
So is that kind of what precipitated this crisis for you?
Yes, being a witness, them being a witness to it, and maybe them thinking, it's just been a lot going on with work and changes and responsibilities, and we're required to work with a lot more clients due to a list that opened up, so the pressure's on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what does that mean to you to have this sudden thing happen to you?
It makes me sad. It makes me upset because I feel like my body's failing and I'm so young. I'm only 30 years old.
Right.
So I feel like I shouldn't have to deal with this right now at all, actually. I keep up with, I try and do the right thing with getting enough sleep and everything like that, and nutrition, but it seems like it doesn't even matter.
It's a lot to handle.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So how about your sleeping and eating? How's that been?
Lately, I've been going to bed pretty early,
Okay.
but then I wake up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So it's not been even, I'm up and down, up and down. I don't feel
She's
like
generally waking up because she's having seizures.
Okay.
She normally gets up about 3. The seizure doesn't really last that long, but it takes a while for her to go back to sleep.
Right.
So.
Right. And do you wake up when you have the seizure, or?
I wake up, I don't know when I have my seizures, it's
Okay.
afterwards. My sister's telling me that, you just had a seizure, and I'm like, what happened? I feel real tired. Sometimes my body aches after a seizure, so.
Now, are you living with your sister right now?
Yes, we live together, we're roommates, so she's been very helpful and supportive.
Yeah, it's a good support to have right there. How's that been affecting your relationships, like with your sister or your family, your coworkers?
I think with my sister we've gotten a lot closer through this experience. At work, I don't know, I feel like people are treating me different.
Okay.
I don't know, like they're very standoffish and distant, so.
Which is different, it's a change from how it was before.
Right.
What are some other things that have changed since this happened?
My ability I like to travel, and so I haven't been able to, travel, which is relaxing for me, and it's fun. I haven't been able to do that. It's just limited. I've been limited with this.
Yeah. What about in your work performance? Has it limited that?
It has, because with my responsibilities at work as a case manager, I would have to travel to others' homes or to schools to do intakes, and that I'm restricted now. I can't drive.
You can't do that part of your job. Wow.
I can't. So
No,
I'm
I've
worried.
actually been taking her to and from work.
Okay.
I'm worried about losing my job because that's a big responsibility that's required of me. So.
Well, it sounds like with your EPA program and stuff, your work's trying to help you get back on track, so that's good. Can I ask you, have you had any suicidal thoughts or feelings at all?
No, just sadness.
Sadness,
Yeah.
okay. And then Any thoughts of hurting other people, or just, because I know that sometimes the stress can get overwhelming?
No, I've just been, I'm frustrated, I've been sad and frustrated, but
Yeah.
not to the point to where I wanna harm myself or others.
Okay, that's good. Do you have any other medical concerns that are getting in the way?
No, other than, I mean, the seizures
Right.
a big thing,
A big
so.
thing. Mhm. Yeah.
It's just limiting me, and I don't like that.
She seems to have a little anxiety situation going on because this last time we were actually out and shopping, and she kind of like, I don't know if you would call it a nervous breakdown, I'm not sure the proper term for it, but she was very confused as to where we were. She tried to undress herself, and it just, I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if that's a part of it or.
Well, did it start with the diagnosis, or have you had problems with anxiety and that in the past?
She's always been like a nervous child.
I've never been very vocal. I mean, if a situation happened, I've always seemed to just keep it to myself.
So the anxiety has kind of always been there, but then with your recent diagnosis, it's gotten a lot
It's
more.
It's gotten worse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's grown.
So Stacy, do you have any family history of anxiety at all?
I had an aunt, Aunt Clara. She actually had a mental breakdown
Okay.
some time ago, so.
And that was anxiety related?
Anxiety related, and, I mean, my dad really didn't go into detail about the situation, and I was younger when it happened, so, but I know that's what happened. And so, she physically suffered from that, and she was on lots of medications, and I just don't wanna be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be that way.
Uncle Clarence, now that you mention that, he didn't seem to sleep often, and you know, one minute he would be talking to you calm, and then the next minute it's like he's looking at stuff. It was just really strange, you know.
But he was a soldier.
He was, which made it even more scary because he kept guns in the house. But maybe we got a little bit more mental illness going on. You know, Black people, we really don't see it as a tangible illness, and we might have more going on. So it's possible there's a strong history of mental illness
That's been
that
undiagnosed in the
Yeah.
past, maybe some PTSD or something like
definitely,
that. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you know, that's anxiety related too, so that's something to look at. Okay. What are some ways you tend to deal with that in the past?
I used to exercise. You know, I like to travel. We go visit family in Texas, so have fun like that, and just relax. Whether it's just at home reading a book. So
Okay.
yeah,
Good. Have you ever had any, do you drink at all?
a little socially.
Socially?
Not
Okay.
a lot.
Do you smoke or use any other types of drugs?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that hasn't really been a coping mechanism for you in the past?
No.
All right. So what are some other coping things that you've thought of that you've already started to work through with this crisis?
Would the medication count? Is that one? No?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Anything that's helped you to kind of get through
Well,
it?
the medications helped me a lot to try and get back on track and
Mhm.
not be in a place to where it's just I'm out of control with my seizures. So
And this is the anti-seizure medication?
Mhm.
Are you on any other types of medications?
no,
Okay. Have you ever taken like anxiety medication in the past?
no,
Okay.
no.
We don't believe in anxiety medication. She just needs to get better control of what's going on in her life. We don't really take medicine for those types of things.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
I mean, we just don't believe in medicine for that. It's kind of a cultural thing, you know. Maybe we can sleep more. People will help out with what you have going on in your life, but we don't really believe that you need medicine to help with anxiety. I don't really see that as a real issue. I mean, I know that she may be anxious. She's always been nervous. That's something that she's learned to live with. I don't think medicine would be needed for that.
Is it something that you would maybe consider as a temporary thing?
Well, The thing, I mean, you know, I hear that it starts out temporary, but then you kind of get hooked, or there's kinds you can get where you're not addicted to them, where you feel like you have to have that to sleep, where you have to have that to do, you know, life. You don't feel like you're normal when you're taking it. I don't want her to have that. I don't want her to have that stigma.
We actually do have medications now that are not addictive, not considered addictive, and if you, it's kind of another support to have if you think about it in that way. It's like you have a lot of the behavioral stuff that you'll be doing, coping skills, and all of that you're working on, and it definitely doesn't take the place of any of that, but it can be something to just help you get on the right track or kind of reduce your level of anxiety just down to like a manageable level where you can deal with it in a healthy way. If that makes sense. And it's something that definitely I would never force on you, but if you're interested in trying it out or even just talking to a psychiatrist about the possibility and what would be a good option for you, I can definitely refer you to a good psychiatrist.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll take that into consideration.
Okay, I'll give you his number at the end of the session and because I think that would be a good thing, especially if the anxiety is something you've always been dealing with, and it might help. But let's look at some other coping skills that we could kind of mobilize for you. Have you ever tried journaling before?
No.
Okay. Have you ever, written feelings down, or even just maybe made a list of things to do, things like that?
I mean, to-do list, yes, but not like anything that requires extended amount of writing
Right.
in school.
Right.
But no.
Well, I think it would be a good thing to try, where we could just have you record during the day when you have a seizure, what happened before the seizure, after the seizure, and kind of how you dealt with it. And also your sister could help you do that as well, especially during the night when you wake up and you don't realize that you had the seizure exactly, but she noticed it, and you could help with that. And I think that would help us kind of track patterns of where it is and help you recognize, this is what's triggering it, or how the medication schedule is working, because I'm concerned with you waking up in the middle of the night that maybe you're taking the medications at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. And if we adjusted that you wouldn't be waking up in the middle of the night. Does that make sense, kind of?
That makes sense.
Okay, is journaling something you'd be interested in doing?
Yes, I can do that.
All right. And then what about working out a schedule for you guys to kind of de-stress and do activities together again? Because you mentioned that you used to exercise and travel and all that stuff, read at home. Could we work out a schedule where you're doing more of those things and working that into your daily schedule? Because if you're taking a lot of work home and stuff like that, then you're really stressing out both at work and at home.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that something you would,
Yeah.
is that something you'd be willing to take on?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I like to do fun stuff.
Yeah, of course. Can you think of anything else that I can help you with? Any other skills we could talk about?
I can't think of anything else right now.
Okay. Well, let's meet again in a couple weeks and talk about how these things are working, and just kind of follow up on it and see how you're doing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Gotta be another 15 seconds.
Ooh. But we still have to elevate our
voices?
yeah. Elevate our voices over there. I'm gonna turn my